Fridays are awesome. Welcome to CNN Student News. It's May 2nd. I'm Carl Azus. First up, a Malaysian government report on a missing plane. There's been no sign of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 or the 239 people on board since it disappeared on March 8th. The families of the missing have been angry with Malaysia's government. They say it hasn't communicated well enough, that it's been slow to release information. The country says it has nothing to hide and is working to find answers. It released a preliminary report yesterday that looks into what happened after the plane quit sending info about its location.
For 4 hours, air traffic control between Malaysia, Hong Kong, Vietnam, Thailand, they were all talking to each other, trying to find the plane. The report makes it clear. Between 1:38 and 5:30 local time, they were all saying, where's the plane? But nobody started the Rescue Coordination Center.
The search area for the plane has been expanded. Malaysian and Australian officials say the search could go on for months or years. Next story takes us to Nigeria, a western coastal country of Africa. Hundreds of Nigerians say their government isn't doing enough to rescue about 200 girls who were kidnapped on April 15th. Authorities believe a terrorist group named Boko Haram staged the kidnapping. Witnesses think the Islamic militants might have taken the girls into a forest toward neighboring Cameroon. Some of the girls escaped, and the Nigerian government says it's committed to continuing its search for the others. That's little comfort to the families of the missing.
Amina Shawak is one of the lucky ones. After armed attackers stormed her dormitory and kidnapped more than 200 of her fellow classmates, she made a run for it and escaped.
We thought they were soldiers, and they asked us to board a vehicle which was headed towards Damboa. And my friends and I jumped from the vehicle and ran back home because we realized they don't look innocent to us.
The militant group Boko Haram has been blamed for the abductions. And while dozens of students like Amina managed to escape, the number of those still missing is unclear. Amid the ongoing search, there's been conflicting information from the government, and Nigerians in the capital, Abuja, are frustrated.
But it's really pathetic because families are crying, people are expectant that they'll release them, you know. But so far, the ones they abducted in the past, nobody heard from them again.
Last week, hours after saying all but 8 girls had been freed, the Nigerian military was forced to retract that statement, saying a source had gotten it wrong. Hawa Gazma is from Borno State, where the school is located, and where Boko Haram has launched a number of attacks in its stated aim at overthrowing the government.
Well, what the government is doing is they're trying to cover up and feel like they're doing something important. So they keep telling us, oh, these people escaped, these people... I feel they're just misinforming us, so we feel they're doing something, but they're really not doing anything.
Zulahait Abdullahi has school-aged children. She's shocked by the brutality of the attack and worried about what militants will do next in a region that has already seen so much. Deadly church and mosque bombings, assassinations of political figures, and now this. Vladimir Dutier, CNN, Abuja.
Is this legit? George H.W. Bush served as the 43rd President of the United States. Not legit. George H.W. Bush was the 41st President. His son, George W. Bush, served as the 43rd.
Former President George W. Bush is on the mountain bike trail with 16 veterans from the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, people who volunteered to serve during Mr. Bush's presidency. The 4th annual W100K ride isn't an easy one. 3 days and 62 miles through the Texas hills. The president says its goal is to celebrate and honor those who fought for their country, those who aren't letting their wounds hold them back.
Some of these scars are visible, some of them are not visible. Some of them are traumatic brain injury, TBI, or post-traumatic stress.
Yes, that's exactly right. Many of the men who have PTS will tell you that biking has helped them recover. PTS is an injury, and which it means it's fixable over time.
And I notice you've dropped the D. It's not PTSD anymore.
I have dropped the D, and thank you for reminding the viewers of that. D stands for disorder, and we don't view, and a lot of the experts don't view PTS as a disorder. It's an injury. And that's really important for a lot of reasons. It's important to eliminate stigma.
Driving by itself is dangerous business. Car crashes are a leading cause of death for American teenagers. According to a U.S. government site on distracted driving, 78% of teenagers and young people say they've read a text message while driving. 71% say they've sent one. A tragedy in North Carolina involving a similar distraction reminds all of us to stay focused on the road.
This yesterday was real life.
This is the real life one. It happened on Thursday on Business 85 in High Point. Texting wasn't the distraction. Investigators found out it was Facebook.
In a matter of seconds, the life was over just so that she could notify some friends that she was happy or, she's going to work, whatever.
She is Courtney Sanford. She was 32 years old and on her way to work. Officers say Courtney crossed the median and hit a recycling truck head on.
The Facebook text happened at 8:33. We got the call on the wreck at 8:34.
Investigators were able to trace back that Facebook post. It said, "The happy song makes me so happy."
Within seconds after that, her life's over. It's really not worth it.
Once investigators started comparing the time of the wreck and her Facebook timeline, they found more.
She was also posting some selfies as she went down the road.
Lieutenant Chris Weisner was working this crash, but his main job, he's a dad.
I have 3 boys at home too who drive, and it really, because they do it, and we've all been guilty of it, and it just brings home the realization that it's really not worth it.
Life-changing seconds. She was letting her friends know how happy she was at that moment, and that moment was one of her last.
As sad as it is, it's also a grim reminder for everyone who's left over that you have to pay attention while you're in the car.
May I have your attention, please, in the Cornhusker State. First school on today's roll is in Kimball, Nebraska. We're talking about the Longhorns. Welcome to the CNN Student News Roll. Glad to see Kimball High School is watching. Next 2 schools are in a place named Midlothian, but in different states. First is Midlothian High School in Midlothian, Texas. The Panthers are on the prowl. And next is Midlothian Middle School in Midlothian, Virginia. The Mustangs are online. So thanks to everyone in Midlothian. A 30-year-old English teacher from Maryland is the U.S. National Teacher of the Year. His name's Sean McComb. He was chosen for the honor by an education committee and then recognized yesterday by President Obama in a ceremony at the White House. Mr. McComb is the 62nd person to hold the title, and he's one of the youngest. One thing he did to earn the award was start a program at his high school. It worked to help students who were in the middle of the road academically to focus and move towards succeeding in college. McComb won't be teaching next year. As part of his award, he'll be traveling around the U.S. supporting and representing teachers nationwide. It's that time of year when many of you are wearing tuxedos and corsages for the first time. And something made prom night a little more special for 2 Colorado couples recently. They enjoyed a meal together at a restaurant, and when it came time for them to pay, the waiter said their bill was covered. An older couple that saw the students were reminded of their own prom, and in a gesture of nostalgia and kindness, they paid for the teenagers' meals. The students promise they'll do the same thing for someone else someday. No need to be pompous about it. No need for pomp and circumstance to promulgate or promote it. A prompt payment, prom and proper, and the students will probably be floored on their way to the dance. CNN Student News will see you next week.